Hi, students. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you all are doing great. This video is talking about how Black people really do need to start patronizing Black businesses. And let's go of other businesses in Black community. You all already know how Black people are very welcoming, and in Black communities, you absolutely will see so many stores, ranging from Asian stores and Latinos and all that. And if you all look around, right from the beginning to this very moment, Black people are all like you will see in Black community, everybody living together. Asians and other like Latinos and other people, right? I think it's just something that Black people are very welcoming. Black people are too kind to every other person, right? It is just other people that do not value Black people's friendship. Now it is talking about it is time for Black people to start spending their money in their own community, because you all already know that Black dollar does not spend more than few hours in Black community, and it is then if you look around, the people that you've been patronizing all these years do not even do a lot for your community, right? And if you look around, they are going to set up businesses in Black community, then make a lot of money, and you see them move to suburban communities and all that, and not even respecting the people, right? That give them all the wealth and all that. And also, Black people are also being disrespected. I mean, being followed around and stereotyped and the rest of it. Let's get into
Everything changes for Black people the moment that Black people stop including external people in internal people's issues. We're too inclusive, yet nobody is as inclusive as we are with us. The Asians and Indians come into our communities, open up beauty supply stores, liquor stores, laundromats, build their wealth, then move to the suburbs with the whites without even contributing a dime to our neighborhoods. Whites have learned that we are the gateway to success, wealth, and clout. No matter what organization they try to build, we are the gateway. And the moment that they attain that success, wealth, and clout, they leave us in the dust, and soon after the racism begins. To the men haters, all of the men that broke your heart and hurt you and cheat on you and put their hands on you, 98% of them were all raised by single mothers. As much as you want to blame all your problems in the world on men, as much as you want to point all your fingers at Black men for everything wrong in your life, you unfortunately have to point all those same fingers right back at yourselves, because you're raising all the men that you have problems with. You need to be asking, why is it that every man, or a majority of the men you come into contact with, all cheat on you? Why is it that you can't keep a man? Why is it that you can't get a man to stay loyal to you? Why is it that you can't get a man to stay committed to you? You can't spend your life pointing fingers at everybody in the world. At some point, in order to move forward, you have to look in that mirror and deal with yourself. And as for the women haters, same thing. You more than likely mad because the Black girls in middle school and high school didn't like you. They treated you like a lame because you more than likely was a lame. And now a lot of you are making content aimed at trying to destroy and disrespect Black women. That's cool. My only problem with that is, for all the brothers that claim to love Black women, real Black women, not the men haters, real Black women, we have to take action and stop this. Ain't no, as many women haters as there need to be an equal or greater amount of women lovers. We can't be out here in mass droves just pointing all the problems that we have at Black women, just like they can't point all the problems that they have at Black men. This is a team effort that y'all seem to struggle with. I don't know why y'all struggle with it so much, but y'all struggle with it. All of you, men and women, need to take a minute, look in the mirror, and figure out why it is that that girl keeps cheating on you for Ray Ray, and why it is that that man keeps cheating on you for Keisha. Let me give y'all a lesson for both of y'all. If you don't treat your man like a king, and if you don't treat your woman like a queen, more than likely, that individual is going to go out and find somebody that will. And even if that wasn't the case, there's always a chance, even if you do everything right, there is always a chance that you will get done wrong. That is the name of the game. There are no guarantees in life. There's no 100% of anything. There is always a chance, no matter how good you are, there will always be a chance of you getting done wrong. But what you should never do is take your experiences and now generalize an entire group of people, whether if it be men or women, just because you've had bad experiences and you have a lack of the ability to accept accountability and responsibility to where you avoid that mirror like a plague. The reality of it is, a lot of you are the problem. It isn't the one that cheated on you. Yeah, they did you wrong. They did a bad thing. But why is it that it keeps happening to you is the question. That says more about you than it does that person. And that person can be a bad person. I don't want to hear no trend. I'm so sick of these temporary trends that y'all do. Talking about, oh, we crashing out for black women from here on out. No, we should have been crashing out for them. We should have been did that. Maybe if we'd have been did that, we wouldn't be living so subservient to this European reject now. But you're too busy rubbing shoulders, trying to cozy up next to massa. That's the problem. The problem is you find it better to cozy up next to massa and do business with massa as opposed to build your own without him. Because you're scared of what massa gonna do if you build without him. Because of the evidence that we've had in history, but you neglect the whole picture and just address half-truths. The whole picture is those ancestors that built communities and organizations and businesses and everything, they had no guns. They had no defense systems. They had no way to defend themselves. They had nothing. Y'all have 1,000 times more resources now. You have 1,000 times more rights. You have 1,000 times more everything that they had then. So why is it that we are not prioritizing building our own food and agriculture systems? Why is it that we aren't prioritizing building our own defense systems? No, you know what you all prioritize? You want to fuck Keisha down the street. Oh, you want to fuck Tyrone down the street. Oh, you got to get these Jordans this Friday. Oh, you got to get that new purse this Friday. Oh, you hoping for that promotion. Oh, you hoping to move up that corporate ladder, Massa's corporate ladder, where he decides how much you worth and how much to pay you from what he thinks you worth. You all, on a daily basis, are conforming into a modern day enslavement. The European feels so non-threatened by you. Let's take Andrew Schultz, for example. Andrew Schultz threatens Kendrick Lamar with sexual assault. Why is that allowed to happen? All you New York gangsters, Blood, Crip, whatever you is over there, all you New York thugs and gangsters claim y'all so hard. Same happens in LA. Same happens in Chicago. Same happens everywhere. Y'all claim y'all so hard, but you let all the supremacist stuff slide. You let all the racist stuff slide, but you ready to crash out and end it all on anybody that look like you. The sad reality of today's African American is you are all more slaves today than all of our ancestors were back then. They may have been shackled on the wrist, but your mind is shackled. Your emotions is shackled. Everything, every fiber in your bone internally is shackled to what they want you to be. A hypocritical, contradictory slave. You're too addicted to everything we need to get rid of in this community. You're too addicted to trying to get validation from that European instead of getting the validation from your brother and sister. There's no amount of trauma I can experience as a black man that will make me hate all black women. There's a percentage of black men and black women in this community today that are too far gone. Y'all don't know nothing other than hatred towards each other. But then it's funny because those same people will claim to be pro-black. Those same people will claim to be against racism and the supremacist and the European reject. But you all are helping them. You will get on live stream. You will post videos completely obliterating each other. completely refusing to have any level of empathy towards your brother or your sister. Every time you disrespect, emasculate a black man, every time you disrespect or disregard or degrade a black woman, there's a smile that gets put on the face of a white supremacist. Let's just say for every black woman watching right now, all of your trauma, everything that you feel towards black men, let's say it's correct. And for all the brothers, all the black men, let's say every opinion that you have about a black woman is correct. What then? How do we move forward from then? If all y'all gonna do is sit up here and pick at each other and fight, what's the point? What is it that you all hope to accomplish from doing this? If you're gonna do that, if that's the way y'all gonna live your life, stop using the pro-black title. Stop saying that you for the community. Just say you a sellout. Just say it. Just own the fact that you a sellout. I can't even comprehend how a lot of you can live with yourselves with the way you destroy your own community while at the same time saying you're against destroying the community. A majority of you are hypocrites, are contradictory hypocrites. If you have issues with black men, if you have issues with black women, it's fine to critique it, but why let the end of the sentence be negative? Why let the end of the conversation be negative? Why not put forth effort to actually come to a solution, come to a point where we can all move forward? That's not where the effort goes. The effort for you motherfuckers is just going back and forth in an endless maze of just dysfunctional, bad habits, infighting, and division. Right now, all of you are sitting up here fighting about why Africans and African Americans can't get along, why black men and black women can't get along. But in all of these live streams and videos, all of you are also contributing to why it is we can't get along. This is not rocket science. Be nice. Learn how to talk without insulting each other. Learn how to speak without being demeaning towards each other. Why do I feel like I have to talk to y'all like you're kindergartners? It is embarrassing the way y'all treat yourselves and each other. That's what it is. It is embarrassing. Not just to me and to real pro-black people, but to our ancestors. All of the trauma and horrific acts of violence committed against our ancestors. All the work that they put in to get us here. And y'all just disrespect all of it with all this division and bullshit. All because you too afraid and too much of a coward to look in the mirror and deal with your trauma. Now you got to blame every black man for all your problems in your life. And you got to blame every black woman for all the problems in your life and why black women won't give you no pussy. Look in the mirror. It's you. It ain't nobody else. It's you. The funny thing about all of this is everything that I tell y'all is what I had to come to terms with. I ain't no cookie cutter ass motherfucker. I come from the trenches. I done did everything that these youngins bragging about, but I never let that limit my mind. I never let the fact that, yeah, I used to be a dog to women, but I did the work to elevate myself and change the way I think, change the way I talk to women, change the way I empathize, change the way I changed everything. What is y'all's excuse? Our ancestors didn't make no excuses. They just did. But once again, here I am. You gonna scroll past this just like you scroll past the rest of them because you're too addicted. You're like a junkie. You're too addicted to everything wrong with this community. You're too addicted to everything we need to get rid of in this community. You're too addicted to trying to get validation from that European instead of getting the validation from your brother and sister. You're too addicted from disrespecting your brother and sister instead of trying to empathize with your brother and sister and fix the miscommunication. You're too addicted to everything wrong. I remember at one point in time I wanted to join the military, but I could never get past the point of why would I go and fight somebody else's war? Why would I go and fight some corporation's war, some politician's war? These politicians send our veterans on suicide missions with little to nothing, with less than they need to accomplish the mission, and still those veterans get it done. Those veterans that get sent on those suicide missions come back strangers in their own homes, strangers to their own kids, strangers to their own wives, oftentimes alienated from society, oftentimes aren't even appreciated when they get back home. Those same veterans still have to come back to fight just to keep the bills paid, fight for medication, fight for therapy. And this is why I never understood all you so-called patriots, because you are sitting up here and you fight tooth and nail. You have all this hatred towards black people, towards African Americans, but yet you should feel the closest to us because you are unappreciated, you are neglected, you are brutalized, you are oppressed just like we are. The difference is they sent you overseas to experience the neglect. We experienced the neglect domestically. I believe that every combat veteran shouldn't have to pay another bill in this country. Every combat veteran should own the home that they live in. Not mortgage, should own the land and home that they live in. Every combat veteran shouldn't have to even lift a finger as far as medication or therapy for the trauma that they've experienced. But the question I want to ask to veterans is, why is it that these corporations, why is it that your government, why is it that Donald Trump, why is it that Joe Biden, why is it that Kamala Harris doesn't think so? Why is it that America doesn't believe so? But yet y'all are such patriots. It doesn't make sense. You fighting for a country that don't care nothing about you just like they don't care nothing about us. You fighting for a government that don't care nothing about you just like they don't care nothing about us. Miss me with the patriotism, because American patriotism don't mean nothing other than you being comfortable with being a modern day slave. And then trying to shame people that don't want to be slaves for speaking out against it. Let's be clear, black people are the last ones speaking out left. All of you comfortable with it. White, Hispanic, all of you are comfortable with it. You're so comfortable with it that you try to shame us into being comfortable with it. No, thank you. If you're a white person and you claim to be non-racist, if you claim to be non-white supremacist, that's great. But what you can do to make yourself look a lot better and a lot less like a liar is stop trying to recruit Oreos, stop trying to recruit sellouts, stop trying to recruit fake black people that didn't even grow up in our environments, that didn't even have the experience that we have, just so they can validate your little racist ideology and opinions. If you want to connect with black people, then all you have to do is this: respect the way we feel, respect our space, respect when we ask you to leave us alone, don't redline, don't blackball, don't get in our way in any shape, form, or fashion. As a matter of fact, you should be happy this is what we request of you, because all we are requesting is leave us be to fight the fight we trying to fight. Do not get in the way in any shape, form, or fashion. Just respect it from afar. You don't have to be involved. We don't need you to be. Respect it from afar and we'll be good. If you can't do that and you feel the need to be in our business, if you feel some entitled, privileged need to be in our business, everything we talking about, everything we do, then you're part of the problem. Just like the sellout, just like the Oreo, you are part of the problem too. But sitting up here trying to pretend that you're not racist because you got black friends, when we all know that all black people ain't black because of the history, here's something that all non-racist white people can do, because I can tell a lot of you don't know. Go research what a buck dancer, what a sellout, what a house Negro is. Start there. And that'll make your black friends, those fake black people that parrot all your little racist ideology, they'll start to make a lot more sense to you then.
This is all I got from this video, and shout out to Moses Kane. Like I have said this before, there is nothing as beautiful as we start patronizing ourselves business-wise and everything else, because it looks like, not like it looks like, I mean, it has always been there. I mean, check out the Black history, Black community and all that, like he said. Right from the onset until this very moment, Asian community and some other community, people that live in Black community, right? I am not saying that people don't, I mean, like live together or mix together and all that. But if you check around, you definitely will find out that Black people spend a lot of money in other communities, or they uplift other communities more than we uplift our own community, business wise and all that. And also, if you look around, you definitely will see so many Asian stores and other stores in Black community, and that is also where black money go. That is where their money go to. That is one of the reasons why they say black dollar does not spend how many few hours or few minutes in black community, and it is out of black community, right? And you see all these people that built their life in black community, take away money from black community. Before you know what's going on, you see them in suburb, like probably they live there, and they are like living somewhere. I mean, like aside from the community that builds them, right? And what can I say about this? You definitely already know that this has been happening. It's not a new thing. So I am of the opinion that Black people are natural influencers, and we can always promote and support ourselves. And if you all check around, there have been stories, and not even story. I mean, like they are not fake stories, real stories where Black connect creators are not being paid, especially when they are probably got something to do with some Asian companies and all that. And also, I keep saying this before you go into any contract with anybody, whether an influencer and all that, make sure there is a contract binding you to people together, and make sure you collect your money first before anything. And also, when Black people go to their stores, it's either they are following Black people around to make sure you are, all those stereotype and all those things. I think there is no need for us, like patronizing people or where you are not wanted. So for me, I always feel like there is need for us to establish ourselves, promote ourselves, buy from ourselves, and keep that money in our community, because there is nothing as beautiful as money circulating in our own community. It keeps us afloat, and I mean, like when it comes to business wide and economics too. I mean, we definitely will have, I mean, like, more than before, right? And this is not a new thing. It's something that we've been screaming. And I also see a lot of people saying we book in this, we book in that. Are you seriously doing all of that? Because you can't say you are booking in this, you're booking that, and before you know what's going on, you may and you go and buy from them. So yeah, let's keep black dollar in black community. And also, I have also been preaching about black love, black unity, black peace, and all of that. I will never stop pushing that, because that is something that I think that is well needed. I do not have to talk to people in a demeaning way and all that just to address them. The truth is that anyone that wants to listen will definitely listen. I think there is a stage you get to in life. There are some things you absolutely want to do. There are some things you totally want to abstain from, because you feel like there are some things I definitely will not want to do, because I feel like it's meant for like 16, 17 year, 18 years old people, right? So I would not want to see myself, or I would not want to imagine myself doing it. So as much as I can, I try so hard to avoid all those things, because I feel like, when you are growing, you are maturing, and when you are maturing, you are becoming more responsible and all that. So there is a stage we get to as black community or as black people. You have matured, and you know what is good from bad. You know your left from your right. There are some things you should not be caught doing. Why? Because that is not, I don't know, but that doesn't really make any sense. But there are some things you see someone at 30 something years misbehaving. I am like, did your sense of belonging, or did your sense, did your sense leave you from birth? Because for me, I feel like at a point in time, there are some things you should never ever be caught doing. And that is the level where I have come in my life. I mean, really, sometimes it doesn't have anything to do with age, but sometimes I feel like as you are getting older, right, that you are supposed to be responsible. When I mean responsible, knowing that you are not supposed to be reckless with some things you do. Sometimes it's got nothing to do with age, because like right from time at a younger age, I know that there are some things I am not supposed to be saying, doing as a human being, and I try as much as I can to avoid that. So the best I can do is that love that we've been preaching, because sometimes we we call out other people from like around us, I mean, to stop things they do to us, but then we also have to be kind and loving to ourselves, to one another. It's true that it's not everybody that deserves love and all that, but we can as well, like, even if we do not agree, we can respectfully walk away from one another and all that. And I am hoping that as we get into this 2025, because a lot has really brought us together. 2024 was just really something that I felt like there is a lot of issue going on, but then I feel like there is nothing going on, because everybody knew what was right or what is right. You all came out all together and agreed that this is what you are going to do and all that. And that also gave me a great, I don't know, I was really very inspired seeing all that happen. And I hope that I will continue to act this way. And I hope we all get our things, like all ourselves together as time goes on. And I hope that our Black people are also able to navigate 2025 and upwards together, because you all can see how life has been to Black community. I mean, there is nothing we need more than, ourselves, because to my best of knowledge, all you have is yourselves. You do not have any allies, and also I do not believe in that anymore. So yeah, let's come together and make it all right. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.